Whispers in the halls. I remember it as if it were yesterday, the chilling events that unfolded within the walls of my own school. It started innocently enough, just another ordinary day, or so I thought. As the bell rang, signaling the end of the day, I packed up my belongings and made my way through the empty corridors. The school was unusually silent, devoid of the usual sounds of laughter and chatter that filled the air. A strange unease settled in the pit of my stomach, but I brushed it off, attributing it to my overactive imagination. As I walked down the hallway, I noticed a faint flickering light coming from one of the classrooms. Curiosity getting the better of me, I cautiously approached the room. The door creaked open, revealing a scene that sent a shiver down my spine. The classroom was in disarray. Desks were overturned, papers scattered across the floor, and broken glass littered the desks. It looked as though a violent struggle had taken place. Fear gripped me, but my curiosity urged me forward. I cautiously stepped inside, my heart pounding in my chest. The eerie silence was interrupted by a faint whisper, barely audible. "Get out!" it hissed, the words chilling me to the core. I turned to flee, but an invisible force seemed to hold me in place. I struggled, but it was futile. That's when I saw it. A shadowy figure lurking in the corner of the room. Its form was indistinct, its presence ominous. I could feel its malevolence radiating through the air. The figure slowly emerged from the darkness, revealing its ghastly features. Its eyes were hollow voids, devoid of any light or life. Its elongated limbs moved with an unnatural grace, sending shivers down my spine. As it drew closer, I could hear the faint sound of whispers growing louder. The whispers echoed in my head, an unintelligible chorus of fear and despair. I felt an overwhelming sense of dread wash over me, as if the darkness itself had enveloped my soul. Suddenly, the figure lunged towards me, its spectral form passing through my body. A bone-chilling coldness washed over me, leaving me trembling and disoriented. I stumbled backward, crashing into a desk, my mind reeling from the encounter. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I broke free from its invisible grasp and fled from the haunted classroom. As I ran down the empty halls, I could feel a lingering presence behind me, the sensation of eyes boring into my back. To this day, I cannot forget what I saw in my own school. The memory haunts my dreams, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurks within the most familiar of places. I warn you, dear reader, should you ever feel a shiver crawl down your spine in the halls of your school, pay heed and run, for some horrors are better left unseen. Shadows of the Forgotten. The sun had long since set, casting an eerie darkness over the silent corridors of my school. An atmosphere of foreboding lingered in the air, as if the very walls held the secrets of what had transpired within their confines. Months had passed since that fateful day when I encountered the malevolent presence that had haunted my school. The incident had become a whispered legend among the students, a chilling tale passed down from one generation to the next. The memory of what I saw gnawed at the edges of my mind, a puzzle I yearned to solve. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth, I found myself standing outside the heavy oak doors of my school once again. This time, I vowed to unravel the mystery that lay within. As I cautiously entered the building, a sense of déjà vu washed over me. The hallways, dimly lit by flickering fluorescent lights, seemed to stretch out into infinity, creating an unsettling maze of uncertainty. Every shadow seemed to whisper, secrets intertwined with the very fabric of the school. I retraced my steps, following the path that had led me to the haunted classroom all those months ago. The door stood slightly ajar, a beacon drawing me closer. With trembling hands, I pushed it open, revealing a sight that sent chills down my spine. The room was pristine, as if untouched by time. Desks were neatly arranged, the floor free of debris, and the broken glass that had once littered the room had vanished. It was as though the chaos and malevolence had never existed, but the silence was unsettling. Too perfect, too unnatural. I cautiously stepped forward, my eyes scanning the room for any sign of the shadowy figure that had haunted my nightmares. The air grew heavy, as if weighted down by the weight of forgotten souls, and then a whisper, barely audible, echoed through the room. "Remember," it murmured, sending a shiver down my spine. Memories flooded my mind, images of faces long gone, their voices carried on the wind. The whispers grew louder, urging me to listen, to uncover the truth that had been buried within the walls. Driven by an overwhelming compulsion, I began to piece together the fragments of the past. The school had a dark history, a forgotten chapter buried beneath layers of time. Ghostly apparitions emerged from the shadows, their ethereal forms taking shape before my eyes. They were the forgotten ones, trapped within the walls, yearning for release. Their presence, once malicious, now filled with a desperate plea for understanding. The horrors I had witnessed were the echoes of their torment, a manifestation of their longing to be remembered. As the truth unfolded, the school transformed into a battleground between light and darkness. With every piece of the puzzle I unraveled, the malevolent presence weakened, its power diminished by the weight of truth. The whispers became cries of anguish, and the shadows that plagued the corridors began to fade. In the end, the spirits found solace, their stories acknowledged, their souls set free. The school, once haunted by darkness, became a place of healing and redemption. The memory of what I saw in my own school would forever serve as a reminder of the power of remembrance, the importance of confronting the past, and the resilience of the human spirit. Whispers from the other side. It was a stormy Friday evening when my best friends and I decided to explore the legends that surrounded our school. Tales of eerie happenings and ghostly encounters had circulated among the students for years, but we had always dismissed them as mere rumors. Little did we know that this night would forever change our perception of the supernatural. Armed with flashlights and fueled by a mix of excitement and trepidation, we sneaked into the school, the sound of rain pelting against the windows adding an extra layer of tension to our adventure. The halls were dimly lit, shadows dancing along the walls as we made our way toward the infamous bathroom, the epicenter of the ghostly tales. As we entered the bathroom, an icy chill seemed to envelop the air, causing goosebumps to rise on our arms. The room was eerily silent, the only sound being the faint drip-drip of water leaking from a tap. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, as if the spirits themselves were watching our every move. With a mixture of fear and curiosity, we positioned ourselves strategically, each friend stationed near a different mirror. We stared into the reflection, half expecting to see a specter staring back at us. Minutes turned into hours as we exchanged nervous glances, questioning our own sanity. Suddenly, a whisper cut through the silence, so faint that it was almost imperceptible. We strained to listen, our hearts pounding in our chests. The whisper grew louder, more distinct, filling the bathroom with an otherworldly presence. It seemed to emanate from all directions, the words forming incoherent sentences. Then in the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of movement. I turned to face the source, and there it was, a translucent figure, bathed in a soft, ethereal light. The spirit appeared to be a young girl, her eyes filled with sadness and longing. She reached out toward us, her hand trembling with an unseen energy. Fear rooted us to the spot as we watched the ghostly girl's silent plea. We could sense her anguish, her desire to communicate with the living. The whispers grew louder, as if the spirits of the past were attempting to break through the barrier between our worlds. Summoning our courage, we mustered the strength to speak. Softly we asked, "Who are you? What do you want?" The spirit's eyes flickered with recognition, as if our voices had pierced through the veil of her existence. She mouthed words we couldn't hear, her spectral form beginning to fade. With a final whisper, barely audible, the ghostly girl vanished into thin air. The bathroom fell into an unsettling stillness, as if the entire world held its breath. We were left in awe, forever changed by the encounter with the supernatural. From that day forward, we became believers in the inexplicable. Our experience in the school bathroom served as a reminder that there are forces beyond our comprehension, realms that intersect with our own. The whispers from the other side would forever echo in our memories, a testament to the existence of a world beyond our own.